Hey Eric, your writing is really interesting, and I think you're on to something. And most students are alluding to the fact that there could possibly be ethical ramifications associated with intense retouching of images, and there are definitely, and we read about them in this week's presentation, right? It depends on the personal characteristics and beliefs of the designer. I mean, I've got no problem doing retouching. I'll do extreme retouching. I have been for many, many years. I have a lot of photographers that come to me for model shots that are meant for the intent of advertising in publications. Some are in national magazines where the international audience is looking at it. That said, I don't have any problem making these enhancements because, well, why? Why? Because I am, as a designer, I am the voice of the client. If the client wants it, I'm going to do it, okay? I've got no problem with that. However, I do completely understand and respect the decision of a designer not to do this based on ethical considerations. So I understand it. It's all a matter of personal belief, okay? That said, I think that it's important to understand the capabilities of Photoshop, and you did allude to that. Now, one thing I want you to be careful is this statement right here. Uh, how easy it is to manipulate a photo. It's easy to manipulate a photo, but to do so in a professional setting is not easy at all. It's very, very time consuming, and it's really, really a detailed process. This, I mean, yes, absolutely, to start and to use the tools and understand how tools work. Simple, right? So I agree in that regard, but I don't want you to think that it ends here because there's a lot more that we do. In the retouching workflow that we're not addressing here. To get an idea, just jump over to the announcements and take a look at some of these tutorials. You'll see what I mean. Okay, let's go and take a look at your work. Now, I don't see a PDF or a JPEG attached here, so I can't zoom in. So unfortunately, I can't really get in here and see too much detail. But from a cursory standpoint here is what we're looking at. I'll do a couple of recommendations. I love the way you made the hair fuller. That's fantastic. I love it. The progression is gorgeous. That's a really good job. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some fine detail. So that's the original, right? This is nice, very nice. Over here, let's get rid of these flyaway hairs. Any kind of stray little flyaway hairs, let's get rid of those right there. And then, of course, carry that onto the extreme. Now, the difference between I think this is done great. I think this is done fantastic. I think a beautiful work. Couple of recommendations. In your final extreme version, let's go ahead and whiten those teeth a little bit more. Okay, let's get rid of the type on the t-shirt. Go ahead and get rid of that. So that's just distracting to the portrait. I would say you've done a good job changing the shape of the face. So that's just fantastic. I love it. But one thing I would recommend is this. Let's think about this. Let's go ahead and darken up the eyebrows a little bit. Let's get some contrast, a little bit more contrast going in the hair. Let's whiten those teeth. This is maybe even reduce that right there just a little bit. Make that face a little bit thinner through there. And I'm just going over some of the things that are very typically asked for by clients. And other than that, I just think I love what you did with the volume of the hair. It's just fantastic. Okay, so those are my recommendations. You have some fantastic work so far. Really good job. Great considerations in your writing. So all is well at this point, right? So let's just go ahead and push the final just a little bit further. And let's just not be concerned about the ethical ramifications of changing the shapes and the physical characteristics of an individual. At this point, let's just kind of practice and experiment with Photoshop and just kind of push these techniques just a little bit further in the extreme version. Okay. Thank you very much, Eric. Great job. Great start. Any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you very much.